Jack Ma once said, "We are never in lack of money. We lack people with dreams who can die for those dreams." And that single sentence carries the weight of every story of success, failure, and transformation the world has ever known. Because money, that's everywhere. Billions flow through banks, businesses, and markets every second. But people with real dreams, the kind who wake up burning with purpose, who'd rather fail chasing something meaningful than succeed doing something empty, they are rare. And that's what the world truly lacks. Think about it. Every invention, every movement, every company that changed the world started with a dream, not with funding, not with investors, but with a human being who refused to stop believing in something bigger. When Elon Musk was building SpaceX, he faced 3 rocket explosions in a row. He lost millions, was mocked by experts, and was on the brink of bankruptcy. But he didn't quit because his dream wasn't about money. It was about a future where humanity reaches the stars. And that's why he succeeded. Dreamers don't chase comfort, they chase impact. They don't wait for perfect conditions, they create them. They don't ask, "What if I fail?" They ask, "What if I never try?" Jack Ma knew this too well. When he started Alibaba, he had no money, no technology background, and no government support. Yet he had a dream to make it possible for small businesses in China to sell to the world. People laughed, banks refused to help, but that dream became one of the most successful companies in history. Why? Because his dream was stronger than his fear. The truth is, money is never the problem. If you have vision, passion, and resilience, money finds its way to you. Investors chase dreamers, not doubters. The world rewards courage, not caution. You see, we live in an age where most people talk about their goals, but few live for them. They want results without risks, fame without failure, success without sleepless nights. But those who change the world, they bleed for what they believe in. They wake up earlier, stay up later, and keep going even when everything collapses around them. Because dreams aren't soft, they're sharp. They cut through excuses, through fear, through laziness, until all that's left is determination. When Jack Ma said we lack people with dreams who can die for them, he didn't mean destruction, he meant devotion. To die for a dream means to give it everything. Your time, your comfort, your pride, your energy, to sacrifice the easy path for the right one. Think about the artists who starved before their paintings became masterpieces. The writers who got rejected 100 times before a publisher said yes. The entrepreneurs who went broke before their idea changed industries. They weren't in it for money. They were in it for meaning. Because when your dream is strong enough, every setback becomes fuel. Every no becomes a reason to keep going. Money can run out. Motivation can fade. But purpose is immortal. And that's what this world needs, people with purpose. People who would rather risk everything than live a life without meaning. We have billionaires, but we're short on believers. We have followers, but few leaders. We have dreamers, but too few doers. So ask yourself today, what's your dream? What wakes you up in the morning with fire in your chest? What idea would you defend even when no one else believes in it? Because if you find that you found something money can't buy, that's your legacy. Jack Ma's life is proof of that. He was rejected from dozens of jobs, even from KFC. He failed his college entrance exams twice. He was told no more than 100 times by investors. But he never stopped dreaming. He saw beyond rejection. He saw beyond failure. And he saw a world that didn't exist yet, then built it. Dreams make the impossible possible. They give ordinary people extraordinary strength. They turn uncertainty into opportunity and fear into fuel. But here's the catch. Dreams only matter if you act on them. Dreams without action are like seeds never planted. They die inside your imagination instead of growing into your reality. So don't wait for the perfect plan, the perfect time, or the perfect amount of money. Start with what you have. Start where you are. Because if you wait until you're ready, you'll wait forever. History doesn't remember those who waited, it remembers those who dared. The Wright brothers didn't wait for ideal conditions to fly. They had a dream and a vision, and they took off literally. Steve Jobs didn't wait for permission to change technology. He dreamed of making computers accessible to everyone, and he changed the world. They all had one thing in common. They were willing to die for their dreams. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're doubting your path, remember this, it's not about how much you have in your wallet, it's about how much you have in your heart. The fire inside you is worth more than all the funding in the world. Every time you think you can't do it, someone with less is out there making it happen because they believe harder. Every time you say, I need money to start, remember Alibaba started with belief, not bills. Every time you say, it's too hard, remember the greatest people in history built their dreams with no roadmap and no backup plan. You don't need to be rich to dream big. You need to be brave enough to chase it relentlessly. The world doesn't need more money, it needs more movement. It needs people who can see light where others see darkness. People who believe when logic says it's impossible. People who refuse to give up, even when no one's watching. So, stop thinking small. Stop waiting for opportunity. Create it. Don't chase money, chase meaning. Don't work for comfort, work for contribution. Because at the end of your life, what will matter most is not how much you earned, but how much you lived for your dream. Remember Jack Ma's words, money isn't scarce, dreamers are. Be one of the few who believes so deeply, works so passionately, and perseveres so fiercely that the world can't ignore you. Because the moment you decide to live for your dream, truly live for it, you become unstoppable. That's when you stop surviving and start creating. That's when you stop existing and start inspiring. And maybe, just maybe, one day someone will look at your story and say, they didn't just dream, they died for it. And that's how you live forever.